It's the final trading day for the week, and the market was down 0.10% at intraday. Let's get some update from Temple Ashaju. Hello, Temple. What's new? Well, we seem to be
from investors. Nestle is one of such companies that has now risen by 4.66%.
Hello, Temple. Go ahead.
Right, so we're up by some 0.56%. We've seen some buy interest in the markets. We're seeing the consumer good names that were lower earlier without some sentiment. They're now experiencing good buy sentiment. Nestle is one of them. Nigerian breweries is yet to really peak. It's a bit flat in its share price at this point in time. But Dangote Sugar is also doing well, has risen some 3.05% in its share price and is trading at 13 naira 5 kobo right now. In terms of the banking names too, earlier that sector was down some 0.33% in the market. But given the kind of traction that we've seen in the share price of Diamond Bank, Access Bank, and FCMB in recent time, that sector seems to be edging out of the negative territory as we speak right now. If you look at Diamond Bank, earlier in the morning when we gave updates about the performance, it was trending around 95, 96 kobo. But as we speak, it's going higher, getting close to 1 naira. As a matter of fact, it is 99 kobo. And it looks like by the next minute check that we will give to that particular company, it should have hit 1 naira in the market. It's up already by 6.45%. And it's still the most actively traded company right now in the market, having seen about 14 million units of its shares traded so far today. In terms of the top trades and activity, basically, we still got FCMB doing 9.6 million in the market, Zenith Bank, and of course, Sterling Bank currently found on the top trades chart of the market. Chimeze.
Looking at the week and all the performance, we saw the market drop yesterday. We had 2 days of rally. And looking at what you have at present, what do you make of the week aggregate? Are we likely to see the week close positive?
I think it's likely to be positive if we don't see any negative movement in the share price of Dangote Cement, which is, you know, a larger company by capitalization. But going by the level of gains that we've seen this week since Monday up till Wednesday, save for Thursday, when we saw a slump in the market by over 1%, I think we should end up closing positively. If you put the positive numbers for these trading sessions together, we should be positive at the end of the day. If you look at the month-to-date performance of the market, as at the close that we had yesterday, it went negative to 0.18%. But given this level of this position that the index is at this point in time, if you add that up to the gains that we've had in the past few sessions, we should come back to a positive territory in terms of month-to-date and in terms of week-to-date performance. Hopefully, no kind of negative-minded investor comes back to pull down the market eventually. Chimeze.
I'm looking into next week. What is the outlook like? Have you been able to speak to any of the traders? What are they looking forward to see and what are they expecting?
I think the appetite of domestic investors will continue next week because everyone is conscious of the December rally, which, you know, you can't really pinpoint right now if it's really going to happen. But historically, this is what we know about the Nigerian stock market. Companies want to declare positive numbers for this period. Q4 2018 is likely also to happen like that. Again, you know that the market is awaiting some key information. The GDP numbers will be released on Monday. We're also going to be seeing inflation numbers next week or thereabout. we should also have the National Assembly receiving the 2019 budget to be presented by President Muhammadu Buhari next week. These are some of the information that may shape the investment decision of investors as well next week. So, and you know, equities in recent time has been reacting generally to election campaigns, of course, 2019 general election, which is a few months away, February 19 of 2019, basically. And so there's that level of, it casts some kind of shadow on the market, and so we won't see much of foreign investors' participation in the market. Instead, we'll continue to see the domestic investors, you know, driving the activities, driving the volume, whether as retail investors or as corporate investors, or even the pension fund managers who will want to be highly speculative at this point in time, looking at how what you call the Santa Claus effect may come in and possibly change the paradigm or the narratives for equity markets going forward. What we just know is that people who are really equity market savvy are really putting their fund on ground, investing deep in the market, and hoping that the December rally will turn out positive for them.
Well, we'll continue to be optimistic. Thank you, Temple. And Bank Windhoek has issued Namibia's first green bond to finance eligible green projects and assets. Namibia's largest locally owned bank and its second largest lender will become the first commercial lender in Southern Africa to issue such a bond. The bond, listed on the Namibian Stock Exchange, raised 66.60 million Namibian dollars on a private placement basis. It has a coupon rate of 3 months Johannesburg interbank agreed rate plus 150 basis points. Bank Windhoek is a unit of the Capricorn Group, an investment holding company with interests in banking, insurance, and asset management in Namibia, Botswana, and Zambia. And Egypt's non-oil private sector activity is at 49.2 points, its highest since August, though still in contraction territory. A survey shows that November's PMI reading marks the third consecutive month of contraction following expansionary readings in July and August. According to a MENA economist at Emirates NBD, almost the declines in output and New York were relatively modest. The employment index fell to its lowest level since March. The PMI has had an average reading of 48.0 since Egypt began an economic reform program linked to a $12 billion loan agreement with the International Monetary Fund. And that's it on the program for today and, of course, for the week. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Tinubu Oji. Welcome.